Once in a quiet town, nestled between rolling hills and winding rivers, lived a woman named Eleanor. She was in her late 60s, with silver hair that shimmered in the sunlight and eyes full of wisdom and kindness. Eleanor had spent most of her life dedicated to her family, her career, and her community. Now that she was retired, she often found herself pondering what her next chapter would be. For years, Eleanor had been a pillar of strength for her loved ones. But recently, she had felt a flicker of doubt deep inside her. The passion she once held, painting, traveling, learning new languages, began to fade into the background of daily routines. She told herself, "I'm too old for new adventures," or "It's too late now." Yet, somewhere within her, a small but persistent voice reminded her that her fire, the passion that once fueled her, had never truly gone out. It was merely waiting for the right moment to reignite. One day, Eleanor decided to visit the local community center where she had once taken art classes. She was hesitant at first, fearing she might no longer have the skill or the energy. But as she stepped inside, the familiar scent of paint and the gentle hum of activity welcomed her back. She saw a sign, "Join our new paint class." Without thinking too much, she signed up. The first few sessions were challenging. Eleanor struggled to hold the brush steady, her hands trembling slightly. Her paintings were uneven and her confidence wavered. But each time she returned, her determination grew stronger. Her fellow artists, many of whom were younger, admired her persistence. "It's never too late to start something new," they would say, with encouraging smiles. As weeks turned into months, something remarkable happened. Eleanor's paintings began to improve. More importantly, she felt a renewed sense of purpose and joy. Painting became her sanctuary, a place where she could express herself freely. But her journey wasn't just about art. It was about rediscovering her inner strength, the fire that still burned inside her, waiting to be unleashed. One afternoon, Eleanor was invited to display her artwork at a local exhibition. Standing beside her paintings, she felt a swell of pride and gratitude. Visitors admired her work, and many shared weird stories of their own late-blooming passions. Eleanor realized she had become a source of inspiration, not only to herself, but to others around her. That evening, as she sat in her garden, gazing at the stars, Eleanor reflected on her journey. She remembered the times she had doubted herself, the moments she almost gave up. But more than anything, she remembered that the fire within her had never truly gone out. It was just waiting for her to listen, to believe, and to act. She thought about her younger self, the girl who dreamed of exploring the world, creating masterpieces and making a difference. That girl was still alive, somewhere deep inside, quietly whispering, "It's never too late." And she realized that her true strength lay in embracing that voice, in nurturing her passions, and in lighting her inner fire once more. From that day forward, Eleanor made a promise to herself. She would never let her passions fade again. She would continue to learn, to create, and to inspire others to find their own fires within. Because she knew that age was merely a number, and the greatest adventure was still ahead. The adventure of rediscovering herself, one brushstroke at a time. And so, Eleanor's story became a beacon of hope, reminding everyone that no matter how many years have passed, the fire within never truly dies. It only waits for us to kindle it anew. The core message of the story, The Fire Within, is that age is never a barrier to pursuing passions, personal growth, and new beginnings. No matter how old you are, your inner fire, your dreams, talents, and passions remains alive, waiting to be reignited. Embracing lifelong learning and staying true to oneself can lead to fulfillment, purpose, and inspiring others. It's never too late to start anew, and the key to happiness is recognizing and nurturing the fire within.